Okay, everybody, I know a lot of you watch me because I follow Tesla very closely, FSD, all that kind of technology. And I've had this robot vacuum for the last 6 months called a Matic. And I think some of you may have already heard about this product. It's getting really good ratings all over the internet. It's been out for a few months. And the Matic team sent me one 7 months ago to test and sort of iron out the kinks and to get my honest feedback from this product. And now that I've had it for literally half a year, I really wanted to share a lot of the thoughts, the pros, the cons. And as I talk about it, I'm gonna go ahead and summon it towards me so you can kind of see what I'm talking about up close. This is the app interface, this is the map interface, and I have this little summon feature where I can just like control it like a joystick, just like any other product. And it comes to me, just like summon on an FSD car. Look at that. Me personally, this is probably my favorite product right after Tesla FSD. This thing is just so reliable. That's really my biggest takeaway from having this for as long as we have. It rarely, if ever, gets stuck. It cleans perfectly fine. It also vacuums. It's super easy to maintain. It's really high quality. The app is super intuitive and easy to use. You'll see what I'm talking about as I go through it, but it's not perfect. Just like any other product, it's not perfect. The Matic uses a 5-camera system plus some extra sensors to navigate the world. This is the front of it. As you can see right up front, it has 2 cameras, one on the left, one on the right. It also has a camera right up top here, right here. And it has cameras on the back as well, as Moe's chilling right there on the couch. We got 2 cameras here on the left and on the right. They come with little name stickers as well. We named ours Roberto. And it also has this sensor here, which I believe it's an infrared right there, just so you can see where it goes. This lid right here, if you open it up, this is where you have your dust bag. I'll show you why this is actually a pretty interesting design and why I think they've sort of got this right. Here's the water tank for the mop thing. So we have it over there with water and the cleaning liquid. Super easy to close. And here you can see the roller that pulls up all the dust. I'm actually gonna walk through and show you how you can actually replace this very easily. I have the extra parts for the vacuum right here on the table that it comes with your Matic if you were to order one. They have this roller thing, obviously that's for vacuuming. They have this mop roller for the mop. They have this declogger tool that I'll show you how to use. And this is obviously for the sides and the corner so it gets the dust in those tight spaces. And this is the bag that it comes with. They even send you a freaking Lego set, a Matic Lego set that I've never put together. I've had this thing for over 6 months and I completely forgot it was in the box. And as I was setting up for the video, I was like, oh shit, they have a Lego thing, so I should probably put it together. We also have some obstacles here that we'll use to test the Matic. We have Clive's, one of his favorite toys. We got a ball, some small stuff, a book as well. Let me go ahead and show you what the app looks like. One of the more intuitive ones I've used. You can clean rooms by selecting this button. You can select, I want to clean the living room, the foyer, the kitchen, the laundry, whatever. You can select vacuum, mop, or do both. You can have different styles of vacuum modes. So you can have quick, optimal, or heavy duty, which is the cleanest one, but it's also the loudest, and it also takes the longest. And then here is where you can do a custom clean. So you can click custom clean. You can either draw an area here. So you can click on this and select to draw. You can sort of draw something on the floor here and say, okay, go vacuum this or go mop this, or go vacuum and mop this. You can also do a target stain mode where you can click on this target stain and then you have this click. You can sort of say, hey, go here and clean this stuff up. And then you can tell it to dry. It's a dry stain, so it can go and vacuum and ultra mop, or it's a wet spill, which it can go and do an ultra mop only. You can also create a schedule on the app. You can go to schedule. We like to just use ours on demand, but if you want to create a schedule, you can click here. You can say, okay, do a living room, kitchen, dining, foyer, or whatever. Click continue, and then you can set your time, how often, the days, and what you want it to do, and give your schedule and name as well. You can also draw specific places where you want it to go. So say, I just want it to go like, here in the kitchen, and do that section. You can continue and then say, just go to this side of the kitchen, this part of the kitchen, and run this specific job. So you have a lot of customizability. You have history as well. You can see all the different jobs you've done in the past. So here's the one it did from a couple days ago. You can have it clean that same exact thing again. You can also edit the map with a bunch of different settings. You can edit your floor types, no-go areas, stairs, You can edit room names and a bunch of other stuff as well, and a ton of settings. And it also has a pet waste avoidance mode that's embedded that you can turn on and use if you'd like. So the way you replace parts on the Matic, we'll start with the roller. You just lift this up. I want to replace this. We've been using this since we got it about 6 months ago. The way to take this out is you just lift it up from the bottom here, and then it comes right out. As you can see, there's some stuff in there that we need to place. We got some hair here on the side. This is a live presentation. You see how much we use this thing? It's disgusting. And so let me go ahead and sort of wipe this up real quick. Let me clean this stuff up. I just have a wet paper towel just so you kind of see how easy it is to do this. We'll give it a nice wipe down. This is sort of the hose that where it goes, all the dirt and stuff. And we'll just give this a nice wipe. My wife watches this, she's gonna hate the way I'm doing this. But now that we have this wiped down, as good as I can do it, I guess, let's go ahead and insert this. It's really easy. There is a purple side on this side that goes right here on this purple sort of like hinge or whatever you want to call it. And then this side slots right there. So you just basically insert this on one side while it's facing upwards on the other side. And then once you do that, you just slot it in place and that's it. And that's your roller. Super, super easy. Now, let me go ahead and show you how to do the bag, which is honestly my favorite part of this whole robot. So the bag is actually also a filter. So in a lot of vacuums, the filter, this thing right here, would be as part of your base where you charge this thing. But here, the whole system is in the vacuum itself. And that's how you take it out, right there. And it seals and everything. As you can see, there's a filter right here. It's embedded in the bag. Each bag has the filter. There's also a little capture thing right here for the filter system that you can sort of clean up just by using your hands or whatever you want to use. And then you can just put this back here. And then to put in the new bag, super simple. You just take the new bag and you just slot it right in. Ready? Like so. Boop. That's it. Super, super easy. You can take it out by just lifting it up. Again, and then if you want to put it back in, you just put it in. That's it. And then again, the bag already has a filter in there, so you don't have any filter to replace. Now, if you wanted to replace your water tank for the mop rather, this is what it looks like. It's super easy to lift, and it's got a screw thing right here. You just unscrew it like that, and you can screw it back in, and then you just, boop, that's it. Super, super easy. And that's basically most of the maintenance. Okay, we need to slot this a little bit better. There you go. Now it says lid open. It was saying the bag was missing. You see that? It's super, super sensitive, which I really, really like. So it says bag is missing, but once you slot it properly, it's good. And that's another thing too that I really like. This screen has a ton of information. It gives you the status as it cleans, whatever it needs help with. And you also have a battery marker, sort of the Wi-Fi connection, the percentage of the battery, and then its name as well, and the latest version of the Matic. Now I'm gonna show you how to replace the sort of the spinner side thing for the sides and the corners and stuff in your house. And we'll tilt this up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So this thing right here, this is the thing that will spin around as it cleans. I'll show you what it does. It's magnetic. It's very easy to install. You just literally just put it right there and it magnetizes to that little area right there. And you just replace it very simply by just taking a new one, and you literally just take it and you go boop. That's it. It's so easy. This is like my favorite thing about this. The maintenance is like almost nothing. And then if you want to replace the mop, that's super easy as well. There's like a notch right here. You just pull it out like so. Then you remove the mop roller like so. Again, kind of gross in here because we've used this quite a few times. And then to install the new one, very easy. Literally just do what I just did in reverse. Put it right in there and then go like this. Done. How cool is that? So easy. It's really so easy. It's like, that's it. If you're familiar with the product, you can probably do that in like a minute, a whole maintenance cycle for this vacuum. And then we'll obviously put it back to where it came from, like this. And then once you're ready to go, you just press start, or you just go start from your app. I'm gonna go ahead and press start just so I tell it that it's ready to go. Boom. So this thing right here that they sent, this thing helps you declog if you have an issue in the tube. We actually had an issue with that a week or so ago, and it actually drags some dirt across the floor. Again, like this thing is not perfect, like I said before, but that was sort of partly user error because part of the maintenance cycle is to declog the tube that's in there. And I didn't do that. We had it for 6 months and I freaking didn't do that. But one of the feedbacks I gave to Matic was, hey, like remind the user to do that, you know, every month or every 2 months. So that was my fault, but also Matic could have helped me with that. So very easy to use this. So you go ahead and there is the tube right here. As you can see, the tube's right there. All you do, you just take this thing, you just press it down. Just press it down a few times. That's it. Make sure you declog anything that's in there. And then you just put the back in. That's it. You close this up. And obviously you check to see if there's anything on the floor that got declogged, this little thing right here, and it's ready to go. Okay, now that we did the maintenance cycle, let's go ahead and run it through some jobs, through its paces, and see how it does. And so the first thing we're gonna do is have it clean up its own mess, okay? We have a little bit of a mess right there from the maintenance. And so the way we do that is we go to custom clean. I'm gonna draw the area. I'm gonna say draw right here, right in front of you. And then I'm gonna say vacuum. Boom. And now, there's a vacuum. It's gonna vacuum right in front of itself. And so it's gonna prepare, turns on the roller, and then what it's gonna do is it's gonna drop down this little thing right there as you saw, and now it's gonna go through and vacuum. It's super, super simple. There you go. There was a little thing right there that it picked up, no problem. I don't know if you saw that. And that's it. And as you can see, I don't know if you can realize this or not, but it's pretty quiet. It's not noisy at all. It's easily the best vacuum I've ever had from a noise perspective. And you know what's a huge one too? Look at my dog. Doesn't care. Look at him, he's literally sleeping. He's sleeping. I don't know if you guys have this problem with robot vacuums or not, but my pets hated every other robot vacuum we've had. This guy, no problem. No problem. Not only that, it's amazing around kids as well. It performs really well. There's literally nothing my kiddo can do to this thing to keep it from doing its job. It has really good object avoidance as well, which I'll walk through as well. And then here you can see too on the app, as it's going through its job, it's gonna say, hey, look, I've done this so far, and let me go ahead and finish up. And you can see now, it's also doing the edge. So that's the little edge thing, as you can see. And it's going through and it's cleaning the edges. And it's done. And now it's gonna go back to the dock. So I'll show you how quickly this thing goes. So now it's gonna go back to the dock. It's gonna go charge itself. Roberto. And another thing too that I really like about this robot is how confidently it moves around the house as well. It wastes no time. It wastes no time. It knows its surroundings extremely well. And this is what the dock looks like, by the way. Super smooth because the bag is in the vacuum. It doesn't take up all this room in your house, the actual docking station. It's just a little dock. And there you go. And now it says I'm charging and I'm ready to go. How cool is that? Super sleek. It really is. The interface with the vacuum is one of the best, honestly, one of the best like things that I've experienced with the product. It's just so seamless. All right, so now I'm gonna have it do a job in the kitchen. I'm gonna have it vacuum and mop, and I'm also gonna test some of the avoidance stuff from an object perspective to see how it performs as well. Super easy to do that. You just go to clean rooms right here. You select kitchen, which is right here, and then I'm gonna do a vacuum and mop. And now here comes the vacuum to do that. So here comes the vacuum. It's gonna move over. I'm gonna try to get in front of it, see what it does. There you go, see that? What a beast. Avoided me, no problem. Off it goes. And we'll also throw some stuff at it too. Poor Roberto. Roberto gets a lot of harassment here. We'll go ahead and grab our little friendly bear rabbit. I don't even know what this is. Is it a rabbit, a bear? Let me know what you think in the comments. So the first thing it's gonna do, obviously, it's gonna vacuum before it mops. So it's gonna go ahead and do that. And as it does that, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in front of it. So it kind of touched it. It's like, okay, what the hell was that? And it's gonna go around it. Or it should. There you go. It's like, what the hell was that rabbit thing? You just threw me off, bro. You can see that it does perceive stuff pretty quickly, and then it will just continue its job around the rabbit. There you go. So it continues. And then in the app, it will know that it missed that spot. And I'll show you what this means right here. So you can see in the app, that little corner where we threw that the rabbit right there, or I guess it would be right there. That spot is not cleaned. Let me zoom in a little bit more. That spot is not cleaned. So now it knows that it has to go back and do that spot. Let's see if it actually does that here. No, it's going to continue to do the rest of the room first, and it'll come around the edges probably. So that's pretty cool. Let's try a little bit smaller object. Let's see how it faces that. So we'll go ahead and take this ball here and this little red thing, the red square. Let's see if it is going to go through it or around it. There you go. Avoided it completely. That's another thing that I'm very happy with this product is the object avoidance. It's definitely not perfect for sure. One of the issues that I've seen with it is with books. So we'll try that. It'll just kind of run over books from time to time. We have a lot of books on the floor because we have a 1.5-year-old. We'll go ahead and test that here. Yeah, so it kind of just pushed itself right through. We'll try it again. Let's see how it does that. Yeah, you guys can see that, right? It just kind of runs over books. So there's one thing there for the Matic team, just so they know, hey, books are kind of a problem. I don't know how often, Matic faces people with books on the floor. Books are not typically meant to go on the floor. But that's the one really cool thing about this technology is that it uses that camera system, that FSD system-like system that Teslas use. It's a vision-only system that uses artificial intelligence to power the robot. From that vision perspective, it's really cool because the company will just send software upgrades to your robot, and this thing will just get progressively better. And that's the one thing that we've experienced is that as the time has gone on, the software has gotten better and it has performed better and better as it goes. And so if I'm gonna go through my list of my biggest pros about the robot is that it's super reliable. It rarely, if ever, gets stuck. The object avoidance is pretty damn good outside of books. Books is one of the things that it has an issue with. It's super good around kids. It's super good around pets. It's very good at sort of adjusting itself to the environment and sort of learning a new environment. The app interface is fantastic. The customer support team has been phenomenal with any issue I've had with the robot. And just kind of like being with the product, honestly, you just feel good using it because it's like one of those things that the company has put a lot of care and attention into it. It really does. I really find it very similar to sort of my ownership experience with Teslas. It's very, very similar. And I know for a fact that this company was definitely inspired by Tesla FSD, given the sort of technology they use to operate the robot. Now, some of the cons, like I talked about before, the book issue. Sometimes we have an issue with it just running over books. I should probably just pick up the damn books. Some of the maintenance quirks, like not being reminded on the app to do certain tasks that are needed. That's helpful, especially for a family that has a kid, and my wife and I are super busy, so sometimes I just forget. So some of that stuff needs updating as well. And then lastly, which is one of probably the biggest barriers of entry for this product, is the cost. So the cost of this robot is $1,100. It starts at $1,095, and I know that's very steep for a lot of people, obviously. Most robot vacuums cost, I don't know, $300, $400, maybe $500. Nowadays, who knows, it might be more with inflation and all that stuff. But one of the things that I can say very confidently about this product personally, and the reason why I've continued to use it and why I really have no problem reviewing this sort of robot in a very positive light, is that this robot has survived way longer from a testing and sort of like, we're happy to use it perspective than any other robot vacuum I've had. We've had it for a little over 6 months, and robot vacuums don't typically last in our household. And the reason why they don't is because, number one, they're not reliable, and they're very quirky, or the app just stops working and you gotta update the maps, it loses its memory. We have a lot of those issues with previous robot vacuums. Now, my wife has one of the highest standards I've ever seen when it comes to cleaning, okay? And I'm not gonna say that she says that the Matic is perfect, okay? But she doesn't hate it. Which as it pertains to a robot vacuum, that's a gigantic deal in this household because it means that we continue to use the robot vacuum, okay? So if you're somebody who has a spouse that loves to clean, and wants to keep everything super clean in the house, this might actually pass the test. And I know most robot vacuums don't with spouses. If you're a guy, a single guy, and you have some money to throw around and you want to keep your place clean, I'm telling you right now, there's no better freaking vacuum out there than this one. I really don't think so. I think the way this thing just confidently goes around everywhere, it cleans, it mops, reliable, easy to use, really tech forward, has a ton of upgrades and a ton of software updates coming down the pike. They've already sent a ton of software updates to the robot itself as well. That's a huge thing, especially for tech forward people. I want to highlight another con that I want to sort of talk about. A lot of vacuums have really low profiles. This one obviously doesn't. This one has a chunker on the top there. So when it comes to going underneath certain objects, you're not going to get that kind of coverage with this kind of vacuum. You obviously do have this space right here in front of the vacuum right here that can go underneath stuff. We'll do like toe kicks and stuff. It has a mode where we'll go underneath the toe kicks here for our cabinets and stuff to go through, because it does have the clearance to do that. I'm curious if it's going to do that. No, it's not going to do the toe kicks yet. But that's another con. Just think about if you have a lot of like underneath spaces that you want your vacuum to go through, this is probably not going to be the vacuum for you. But outside of those factors, I personally recommend the product from my perspective for our use cases and how sort of I view technology. This vacuum is awesome. I really, really like it. And now that a lot of reviews are coming out and more people are buying it, I think it's starting to become very clear that they have something special here. It is pricey. It is pricey, but in my opinion, it's worth it. It's worth it because of the software upgrades and its reliability. If you are interested in purchasing the product, make sure you use my referral link in the description and comment section below. Matic is going to have a price increase in early December, I believe December 2nd or December 3rd. So I strongly urge you that if you want to pick one of these up, use my referral code as soon as possible. And I really think you'll be very happy with your purchase. Really think so. Okay, Roberto. We'll see you. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. This thing's cool. He's like part of the family. He really is. He's awesome. All right, everybody. I hope this was informative and helpful. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.